Rumors are that allegedly Cynthia's family is deeply worried about her. What's going on? Well, I have some new information that may answer that question and more right after this. What's up, kinfolk, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, do me a favor and subscribe. And if you already are subscribed, do me a favor and get notified so you'll know whenever I upload new videos to the channel. Alright, kinfolk, come on into the house. We have a lot to talk about. And it centers around rumors that allegedly Cynthia's family is deeply worried about her. What's going on? Well, I have some new information that may answer that question and more. And here it goes. Insiders are saying that Cynthia's family is allegedly officially worried about her. This new development was rumored to have sent her family into an immediate frenzy. Allegedly, the family was so worked up by the news that there were talks about an immediate intervention. Sources say this was completely out of left field for Cynthia. The source continued, "I was completely shocked by this move from Cynthia. She isn't a desperate woman, so this new announcement was very out of character for her," ended the source. Many are speculating that even Cynthia's team didn't know about this stunt. How could they, said another source? They have worked very hard at building and maintaining Cynthia's new image after Real Housewives of Atlanta. So, I highly doubt they will approve of her ruining it like this. So, the question is, what did Cynthia allegedly do to send her family in such a frenzy and have them worried about her? Well, news posted to Cynthia's official social media account alluding to her rekindling her marriage to Peter allegedly sent her family into a panic mode. One source said, "Look, Cynthia's marriage to Peter was not perfect, but what marriage is. However, in their situation, it was the alleged emotional and financial manipulation from Peter that really scared her family." The source continued, "It's one thing to cloud someone's judgment emotionally, but financially is a whole nother game," ended the source. "Cynthia has worked hard for her whole life and to acquire the things that she has," said another source who wished to remain anonymous. "So yes, I can see how angry her family would allegedly be after hearing news that she is potentially getting back with a man who could have undermined all of her hard work and could have ruined her professionally and financially." Although Cynthia has denied all rumors of her getting back with Peter, many just aren't too convinced. The source added, "Peter is always on PR time. He has learned the reality TV show world game and appears desperate to continue to profit from it. With Cynthia soon to be divorced, he knows that him and Cynthia would gain tons of press and even his old peach back on Real Housewives of Atlanta if they were to rekindle their marriage. So, even if Cynthia isn't all in on getting back with Peter, I'm almost 100% sure," said the source, "he could manipulate her with dollar signs that could disarm her emotional intelligence." Now, kinfolk, when I first saw this post from Cynthia's official social media page, and when I saw the other news stories that were centered around the post from allegedly one of her official fan pages on, I think it was Facebook, I was immediately worried myself. And I was immediately worried because of this. After seeing the way Peter has moved since, one, divorcing and leaving Cynthia, and two, since leaving reality TV show, the reality TV show world, I was very worried that he had probably figured out that the best thing for his career may be to get back with Cynthia. And seeing how Cynthia and Mike are about to divorce, I think that, like my sources are saying, that he very well saw an opportunity to get back with Cynthia, not for love, just for attention, because he has seen what the power of being on a reality TV show can do for your brand. It gives you a lot of clout and it gives you a lot of credibility, where sometimes, if you're in Peter, it's not deserved credibility. And so I was extremely worried too. So when this rumor came up that Cynthia's family was extremely worried about her rekindling her relationship with Peter based off their social media posts, I just could understand, I could honestly understand where that word could be coming from. Because as the source was saying, you have to look at all the things that Peter and Cynthia went through throughout the course of their marriage. And especially when you look at the alleged manipulation of her emotional intelligence and of her finances, it is just very hard to see anything coming good out of her getting back with Peter. And the thing about Cynthia that worries me is that, for the most part, Cynthia is a businesswoman, and I pretty much could see how she could understand getting back with Peter could help out business. But also, Cynthia actually does believe in love. And I'm afraid that if you are to believe these rumors that she would get back and rekindle her relationship and marriage with Peter, it probably won't work out the way that she thinks it will. And I say that because of this. After having years of being on Real Housewives of Atlanta, Peter understands how to create a narrative. He understands how to create a storyline. And he understands how to really produce individuals. I mean, just look at his appearance this past week on Real Housewives of Potomac. He knew how to throw a gem out there. He knew how to throw a breadcrumb out there that the ladies would gravitate to and eat. And when he saw them eating the breadcrumbs, he came into the scene, and then he told them what the breadcrumbs were about, and they just started putting two and two together. That scene was really pretty much instigated by Peter. That scene with Wendy and Mia was actually a scheme set up by Peter to bring all of that BS to those ladies. And so, with that being said, I am worried that if Cynthia, being a businesswoman, does see the dollars and cents behind her getting back with Peter, all for a storyline or narrative to, further her personal brand or to even get back on Real Housewives of Atlanta, I fear it because Cynthia really loves, and she probably would see Peter trying to guide her in business and through this PR stunt as him actually, wanting to get back with her for love and wanting to be in her life. When in actuality, that is just simply would not be the case. Now, this is all speculation and alleged information, but it's hard for a lot of us to see how this can go any other way, just again by Cynthia being heartbroken by someone who appears to know this reality TV show game and who appears to play it, in my opinion, better than Cynthia. Which brings me to the next thing about this rumor that I find also very interesting and very worrying again. And it's this. We've always talked about storyline fishing. And we've talked about how housewives allegedly storyline fish in off seasons or when it's getting close to contract negotiations or when they're about to start filming or when they're not on the show anymore. And storyline fishing, the way it has been explained to me from my sources, is that the ladies taking a potential storyline and narrative about their life and putting it out into social media and now into the media and trying to see how much traction that story can get, to see if there's any interest in that particular storyline. And if it is, they allegedly pursue that storyline for the upcoming season. Or if it's not, they know to back away from that storyline because it didn't get that much attention and much press. And it probably wouldn't get that much attention and much press during them filming the season. So when I put that into play, it was very worrying because I feel like Cynthia could allegedly be storyline fishing. I mean, this was her official social media account. Now, I'm going to say her alleged social media account because I will say this. From my understanding, my sources are telling me that sometimes celebrities do either rent out their social media account or license their name to certain PR brands or certain companies to use their name and likeness for social media to get things trafficked, to get things eyes and intentions, to get search engine optimizations for a brand or a product. And sometimes celebrities also just turn over their social media page to a third party to actually run for them and on their behalf, and them not really, selling the product or anything like that, just to monetize it. So it could be a small chance that Cynthia did not know this post was going out and someone else made that post for her. Now, do I believe that's the case? Not really. I'm pretty much going to side on the side of logic. I really do believe that this could potentially be a storyline fishing instance because of this. Cynthia knows, and if she's been paying attention, that there have been a lot of rumors that Sheree is trying to get some OGs and some Housewives veterans back on the show as friends of the show, or to make an appearance, or to test this season so they can probably be brought back for next season. And I think that with Cynthia having this inside knowledge, she could very well be storyline fishing to see if she can get some type of appearance on this season to really audition to get her peach back. Now, I know a lot of people may think that's big and far-fetched, but it's technically not. The ladies have only been filming for now 2 months, and they have about 4 more months of filming left to go. So it's plenty of time to introduce Cynthia as a friend of the show, or it's even plenty of time to even introduce Cynthia as a peach holder. As crazy as it may sound, it has been done before. And so I really do believe that this is an attempt to storyline fish for Cynthia to get back on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, of course, once again, that's all speculation and alleged information, but it does seem as if she is getting ready to make a play, or at least trying to attempt to make a play to get back on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, again, that's very worrying for me, and I'm sure it could potentially be very worrying for her family, because her route back to the show is through a person who was just very bad for her. Was bad for her emotionally, was bad for her professionally, and was bad for her financially. And it seems as if she was making 5 steps back after she made 10 steps forward without Peter in her life. And to be perfectly honest, I think this would be the result. I think the result of all of this is going to be Cynthia pretty much getting back with Peter. And we have just seen this time and time and time again with housewives when they want to make a name for themselves, when they want to have a PR stunt, when they want to get back on the show. They really do go to some extreme lengths to get back in that spotlight. Now, I don't think that Cynthia's attention hungry like that, or just craves fame to the point that she would go back with a person who was, or at least appeared to be, very detrimental for her and her success in her life, in her career and finances and all those things. I don't think she's that desperate. I do think a part of her does see the financial part of her potentially, or getting back with Peter, or potentially getting back with Peter. I think she does see that part financially, and also that part for her career. I'm just, again, thinking that Cynthia and her judgment, and we just have time and time again when she has shown us that her judgment in men is just not that good. And I do believe that it's going to be hard for Cynthia to separate business from personal, emotional feelings. And I just do not want to see Cynthia repeat this very toxic cycle with Peter again in her life, just to allegedly get back on a reality TV show that she is capable of getting back on all by herself, off her own accomplishments that she has made while she's been off the show. But kinfolk, I want to know what you guys think. If you are to believe these rumors, do you think that Cynthia will potentially get back with Peter just to get back on the show? Or do you think that if this rumor is true, do you think that it's more so a Peter allegedly manipulating the situation and his ability to manipulate Cynthia that would get her back on the show, even though in her card she knows that's not the route or the best route for her? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Alright, kinfolk, as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And I see you guys over in the next one. Peace.